like this mean?
It's huge. It's a very big win. Obviously, just where we're at in the NFC North and the division that we have, and I think we got some really good teams in this division. And obviously, the Bears were on top, so we knew what it was coming into it, and it's a huge win. And obviously, we'll be seeing these guys again here in a couple weeks.
So what do you think of being in first place? We're getting pretty deep into the season now. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, we still got a couple weeks left here, but it's all about finishing there. You know what I mean? We're here. We've been here before, but we've got to finish it. So it doesn't really mean anything right now. But like I said, tonight was a huge win and going in the right direction going forward. But like I said, we still got a couple more weeks left here, so we just got to keep stacking.
The touchdown to Watson. Did you change the play there? They were in single high, right? Did you see something? Was that a can? What happened there?
Yeah, they went all out on that one. So they went all out pressure. And yeah, we just changed the route with Christian, and he did a great job just kind of creating that separation and being able to go win across the field and just beat the guy with speed.
Jordan, on the deep ball to Bo, is he your first read on that, or is he further in the progression, or how did that one go?
No, in that progression, he's alert, the big alert over the top, and, obviously it just depends on what kind of coverage they're giving us. And, when I got to my drop, I felt like they just dropped him. It's a perfect kind of route for the coverage that they're giving us. And obviously, Bo is another fast guy right there, and put it out there for him. Left it a little bit short, but I think Bo just being able to focus and concentrate. With Brisker being able to, he almost got a hand on that one, but for Bo to be able to concentrate on that and finish it with a touchdown was huge.
How much did the cold affect what you guys wanted to do?
It didn't affect us. It's something that it's tough. It's tough playing in the cold, and it's not fun. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. You got to embrace it and find ways to go out there and be your best, regardless of the circumstances. But no, we know what it is here in December. This is Green Bay football, and obviously, we just got to deal with it and find ways to go out there and win.
Do you have any sense how far Brisker was to break up that pass? Just from upstairs, it looked like he was.
It was close. Yeah, it was close. It was close.
Jordan, what happened on the interception early, and how did you bounce back from that?
Yeah, just a bad read by me, bad decision. One that I kind of just forced in there, and the ball didn't come out of my hand the way it wanted to, and went straight to him. So it's just something that it's a bad decision, something that obviously it happened, and it's all about overcoming that. And we put our defense in a tough spot, and they were able to overcome that. And for us, it's just about moving on and playing that next play. But yeah, obviously you want to limit those and not have that situation right there, but just got to keep going.
You take us through what's going through your head during those final moments when they're driving down, and obviously Keisean with the pick at the end of it.
Yeah, obviously we take the lead right there, and you're just hoping the defense is able to get a stop and be able to stop their drive, and they put a couple good plays together, and we're moving it. And then like I said earlier, this is those moments. That's when you need your best players to go out there and make a big time play to be able to end it. And ball in the air, not knowing what's going on, and then seeing Keisean be able to go up there and get it was awesome. So to be able to end it on an interception and be able to get that turnover for the defense was huge.
Jordan, did you sense this one meant a lot to your head coach?
Yeah, it meant a lot to everybody. But obviously, we've all known the comments that were out there, so it is what it is. But this is a game that means a lot to everybody. It's an NFC North matchup. Obviously, Bears are number 1 seed, so it's a huge game. And like I said, we'll see these guys here in a couple weeks again.
I'm not sure how much you got to where you watch the Bears offense at all, but what do you think of matching up, going head-to-head with Caleb Williams, for the foreseeable future here?
Yeah, no, I was watching all their drives either on the Jumbotron or just, watching on the field. But, I've watched Caleb all season throughout some of the film, and, he does some really cool stuff on the football field. I think he's a really good player. And obviously, I think just his playmaking ability to be able to get out of some of those, there's some times where you think he's bottled up and about to be a sack, and he's able to get out and extend these plays. So he's a really good player. And obviously, I think he's going to keep getting better. And like you said, it'll be a good matchup going forward.
And Jordan, you had the 3-and-out, you had the quick touchdown to Christian, and then you had the 3-and-out again. Could you sense that your defense was getting worn down, and how big was that go-ahead drive that it, not only you got the lead, but it took as long as it did?
Yeah, no, that was, we had, like you said, a couple kind of back-to-back drives coming out of that second half where we just weren't able to get going and stay on the field. And obviously that's disappointing. You want to be able to stay on the field, put some drives together. And like you said, I mean, for the defense, they're getting back out there pretty quickly and not being able to, kind of rest up. So, yeah, obviously we want to try and avoid these, but I think for the defense to be able to answer on some of those and, like you said, for us to be able to go back in that last drive, it's tied up and we've got to have a good drive, got to put up some points, and we went out there and did that. I think just speaks to everybody being able to stay poised and just have that mindset that we got to go out there and finish it. But obviously, it's disappointing to have a couple of those drives stall out quickly.
Did you say anything differently to the guys when you went in the huddle for the first time at the start of that drive? What'd you tell them?
I just said, let's go win it. You know what I mean? This is all we got right here, I think there was 8 minutes left, so it's just let's go win it. But I think everybody knows what time it is. They know what this drive means and what we got to go out there and do. So it's one of those things that, what's understood doesn't have to be explained. And everybody has that mindset that we got to go answer.
You've won a lot of games at the end. Where does that mindset come from? Is it just that you've done it once, you can build on it, or does that start in training camp? Where does that come from?
Yeah, it's just guys making plays. It's leaning on each other, having that confidence. But like you said, I mean, we practice situations 2 minute every day in practice, and I think that's the area that we've improved on a lot. But even I think it's just the mindset. Like you said, we've had a couple of drives where we've went down there and done what we needed to do, and I think that just keeps building confidence. But everybody in that huddle, nobody blinks, and we know what we need to go accomplish.
I know it seems weird, but the Toyotathon run continues. What is it about playing at this time of the year that you succeed so well?
I mean, it's just everybody. I think these are the most important games of the season, with obviously a lot of things come down to it with playoff seeding and the division race. So this is the important football. And I think it's everybody. We keep stacking and keep getting better and better, I feel like, throughout the season and learn from, the mistakes we make and overcome some of the obstacles. But just keep stacking and trying to find ways to get better every day, I think is, what's something that's been helping us.
What did it mean to get Jaden back?
It was big time. He made some big time plays. I think there's still more out there that we could have got him involved in. But, yeah, he's just a playmaker. He had that very clutch catch on that last drive. And, he's another threat that, the defense has to be aware of. And we did some cool things, being able to get him on some rounds and some sweeps. But he's just a playmaker. He makes plays when the ball's coming his way.
The last time you played these guys here, obviously Christian blows out his ACL. Do you remember how you felt then for your friend, and what was it like to see him do what he did today?
Yeah, going back to last year, I was sick, and everybody was sick. End of the season to see him go down like that. Obviously, he was battling through some other things throughout the season, but we were all sick, and we knew what it meant to him, and obviously it was going to be a long recovery for him to be able to get back. And like I've mentioned before, we've all watched him, during rehab and things like that throughout the off season and training camp to be able to get back. And I think he's just playing at a really high level right now. And he talked in the locker room after, but this game meant a lot to him for that reason, and for him to be able to come out healthy and obviously have 2 big time touchdown catches and made some other big time plays. But I think since he's been back, he's just been making play after play and been playing at a really high level. So just got to keep it up, but definitely meant a lot.
Is it possible that he's playing even better than he was before the injury?
Definitely. I definitely think so. He's making plays. It feels like every time the ball's coming his way, and he's just, I think, keep elevating, getting better and better.
You were obviously asked about the rivalry during the week, but you were around here at the start when you guys won every game by usually a bunch of points. I don't say it means more, but is it different now that you're good and they're good and the quarterback's going to be there for a while, you're going to be here for a while? It's like a real legitimate thing now. Yeah,
I think, like you mentioned when I first got here, this is a completely different team. And I think they're playing some really good ball over there. So, like you said, I think just the situation we were in, meeting for the first time this late in the season, and obviously, like I said, them being number 1 in the North, this game meant a lot more than it did in other years. So, like I said, they're a good team. There's other good teams in the North, and we just got to keep finding ways to keep going out there and winning.